struggle through to get the log halfway round, so it's not out of round, put it that way. Still has grooves in it, still not finished, but it's good enough for what I'm using it for. It's just an experiment. Let me move this sander out of the way. I'm going to try to cut this. Just cut it as tall as I could and have clearance. So this is 12 inches tall. And I want to do this where it's good and solid wood right in here, I think. That way I can glue it back together, maybe, if it dries. We'll see how this goes. Well, that wasn't too cool, but talk about stressing your blade in your bandsaw. But it worked. And I figured it would do that. I'm going to put some glue on that and strap it real quick. I'm going to maybe go in here and clean this up a little bit before I glue it shut. And try to clean up a few of those spots in there. Okay, I think I got it where I want it done. That knot was causing me problems. Alright, well I'm just going to try to glue this and strap it with some straps. And maybe put a couple pinch clamps on it that way. Glue on both sides here. And hopefully this will stay together. As much shrinking as it's going to do, I have a feeling that it'll break in other spots, but it might not. Oh, the pollen this time of year is just absolutely horrific. Oh, that's just a little too much. getting some squeeze out. I'll try some smaller clamps right here on the end. There, we got good squeeze out in the middle. See if I can clamp it there. And get it that way. It's working good. Clamps are heavy, you can't keep it up right. That's going to work. Now we'll just have to see whether it holds together that way or not. Alright, we'll let it sit till tomorrow. Okay, we're going to try one half the size. This is 6 inches. Alright, trying to figure out where the best place to come in at is. This will come in right in here where it's all messed up already. Right there. Oh, how are we going to make this work? Screwdriver in there. Give me a little clearance. Clearance. Come on. Get it on fast. Ouch. Pinch my finger. Plan B. There we go. Let's try another one. Maybe they're going to have a bunch of failures, or 3 failures, or 3 successes. Who knows? Who knows? Where do I want to start with that? I don't probably want to glue to that. But let me start right on it and hit the worst at the beginning. Just give it a try. Kind of hard on the blade, I would imagine. Getting some heat on it. Yeah, it's pretty warm. So you can see where I've been burning it, cutting that tight of a circle. Need to get a smaller blade for smaller circles. But that one's not trying to pop out as much, so I should be able to clamp that one pretty easy. I'll try to, this one's squeezing tight the other direction. I have to pop it open to get the glue down in there. Nope, it ain't working right. That's causing some squeeze out. And I don't think I have clamps to clamp this. Let me see if I have some small. That'll do it. There's my two smaller ones. There's my one 12-inch. I've been playing around with roof ideas for this, and I decided I'm going to do a cone. I'm going to get some sheet metal, a piece of tin, and I went online and found a cone generator pattern. And I told it the diameter and how much I want it to overhang, and just a circle with a wedge cut out, but you don't have to triple trial and error it 100 times to get it to work right. It worked perfectly the very first time. I just cut it and it comes out to exactly 2 inches overhang. So I get the sheet metal, I can just use that as my pattern, or I'll stick it in a laser cutter and outline it, and then just take 10 snips and cut it. Deciding how I want to do this, I'm going to make these as a birdhouse. I drilled an 1/8 inch and 1/8 hole here, and I'm going to put a removable bottom in it. Drill some holes and just put some screws in it so that it'll be easy to take out. I think I'm just going to take a slice off the plug that I took out of these. This will be for that one because it has oh, and that's interesting. That has shrunk so much already it won't fit back in there. Yeah, it does. It fits. So I'll just take and slice a piece off of that and use that. I'll leave that air gap in it. That'll be fine. Just slice a piece off of this one. Do the same thing. I can figure out which. I'm going to say this goes here. Out a way to hang it or mount it. I don't know if I'll put a bracket on the bottom or put a wire from the top hanging down, or I can put some kind of an L bracket down here to screw it into the tree or whatever. I think I'll run a rod through this, that way I can hang it. It'll come right through the center of the roof. This, I have a wire coming down, and it'll attach to that bar. And then to take the lid off of it, I can just raise this up to clean it out. And just dump it over. If I need to, I can put a tack in this to hold it, but I don't even think I need to do that. Now, how to get a bottom for this piece. I'll end up probably just sitting this down on a piece of plywood, tracing it. And lined up where it goes. Heavy line, and I am going to cut out, and that should slip up in there. Another rotten spot, but that doesn't go all the way through, I don't think. Close though, I bet it does. Yeah, I can see daylight in it, see? It does go all the way through. That's alright, be a drain hole. I'll cut this on the bandsaw, be right back. Cut this out, and it goes in the bottom side. Let's see how it fits. That hole is going to line up with this hole. That's part of the same stitch. Yeah, fits right in there. Couldn't ask for anything better. Excellent. And that does plug up the hole. I'm going to drill 3 holes in here and put some screws in it. That'll hold that plug in place. Pretty cool. If that center plug dries out, it cracks and splits, it could fall out, but I don't think that'll be a real issue. I am going to use this to place, where do I want the hole? Pretty uneventful. Looks the same. This is a little prettier side. Maybe I'll put the hole right there. It is 10.5 inches deep. It's 12 inches deep out here. So it's going to put it about 7 inches from the bottom, which I think is probably good. I'm going to just guess and put it in. Right in this area right here. These are cheapo Harbor Freight bits. Emphasis on cheapo. They are not very sharp, not very good. Got to put a lot of torque on these to get them to cut. Excellent. Now I'll drill a small hole for a perch below it. Let's see what I've got to make a perch out of. Let me see. I think I'll make it out of maple again. I have some dowel rods, but I don't think they're hardwood. They're probably just soft pine. Probably the best thing to use is just a scrap of maple. I got lots of that. Grab my belt sander, my little one, that has a sharp, a rough, coarse bit in it. I hacked me off some 3/8 maple. I'm going to turn that gonna go that direction. Here's my makeshift lathe. There we go. How big is that? That looks like it is 3/8 exactly. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty doggone close. The drill bit, I think it's actually a 21/64 or something, just a little smaller than a 3/8. I stuck it in the holes of the drill bits. Where do I think that's going to look the best? There, reasonably level. Looks like that's going to work pretty doggone good. Could split it. That puts a lot of pressure on it when I drove it in there. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. So, a little saw, hack that off. Looks good to me. Think about that. It's a big giant birdhouse. I think I'm going to put a divider in this because it is 8 1/4 round. If I put a divider in it, 1/4 inch divider, that's going to give them 4 inches, 4 by 8. If you average it, 4 by 6 probably, because it's rounded. I'm going to cut a piece and see what I think it looks like in there. I think I'm just going to leave it one. It'll be interesting to see what makes this big thing its nest. I drilled a small hole, 1 1/8 to keep starlings and all those other things out. That's maybe even too small for a bluebird, but it's a little late in this season anyway. Probably nothing is going to nest in it and raise babies, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got 1 5/8 screws, plenty long there. Not any too long on that side, but it should be stick through everywhere. And these are exterior screws, in case anybody is wondering. They are 1 5/8 exterior, made for decks and things. So that'll be cool. That'll work well. I think that's a done birdhouse. It's green, and it's wet. I hope this glue joint doesn't pop open. I think I'm going to hit that with the belt sander. Smooth it up and get rid of the glue line. Make it look a little better. If my lathe hadn't torn up, I would have had this all smooth and slick and sanded and probably put some linseed oil on it. But I'll probably put linseed oil on it anyway. Now, I don't have a big gaping. I'd have been smart, I'd have put the hole over here so you don't see the seam in the front, put the seam to the back. But it's a birdhouse. Nobody's gonna see it but me. There's one large birdhouse. Somebody's gonna have a giant penthouse condo. All right, we're gonna set that one over there. I already drilled a hole in this one. So let me see if I can figure out which way, if it matters. Will this go in both directions? I'm gonna cut a block to stabilize this thing. Is there a spot that it naturally sits better? Probably right there. And the reason for that is to stabilize it, to keep it from spinning when I try to cut this. Although I'm going to cut it really slow. Wet. This blade cuts like butter. It is carbide and it's a big aggressive blade made to cut heavy wood, but it is a fantastic blade. I want to take some of this roughness off of this edge right here. Well, that absolute dummy, I drilled the hole right through the glue seam here. What a dummy. But such is life. Alright, time for another dowel, and I'll be right back with that. Well, that one popped off. I didn't have it chucked down tight enough. There we go. I don't have a roof made for this one yet. It's going to be a smaller one, obviously. I'll cut it off, make it a much smaller roof. Birdhouse 2. Done. Number 3. I need to decide. I think I'll make that the top. So I need to cut a chunk off the bottom of this one. Well, I picked up some coil stock tin today. This is white on one side and tan on the other, or mushroom, or clay, I think is what they call it. I'm going to lay that there and see if I can get this to lay down. Pretty good on the height. Not trying to cut this, I'm just going to etch it. Give me the pattern to cut out the metal. do an experiment. I'm going to engrave a pattern on it too. We'll see if it works. It is quite a complex pattern, so it is thinking and downloading and calculating all the paths it needs. And it's going to start uploading now. I'm going to pause it just for a second to move this back out of the way a little bit farther. I think that's going to be good. Well, the camera memory card went out, all kinds of fun stuff happened. But I got this put together. It'll be easy to clean out. I may have to put a tack in it to hold it down, but I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Got it hanging on a wire. You can see that there's a couple bars across there. More than strong enough. And when I get it in the tree out in the yard, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I made another smaller cone to fit on this one. And drilled a hole in there. Drilled a hole in here. Kind of eyeballing it. See if I can get it to fit in there. Well, I'm not going to that way, that's for sure. Look at that. It works. That ain't gonna vibrate out. I'm gonna get it. Excellent. I don't even think I need to put another one on there. Let me see how. I guess it will bend that way, huh? Could slide. Do that. Okay, so I'll put another one in it. Let me see what this is. I need to go down about 1 1/8 inches. Try to eyeball it here. didn't exactly get that where it needs to be. But I'm gonna go with that spot right there. And look at that, I put it exactly where it needed it. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to move it back a little bit. Angle it. Looks like it's pretty good. That will definitely keep it from swinging out. Let me get a wire in the neighborhood. Go ahead and pull that on out. And bend it like that. And slip this diagonally across both hooks. And then stick it on there. That'll keep it from slipping either direction. Overkill, way overkill, but it'll be there and I don't have to worry about it. My hands are so bad I can't hardly twist that heavy wire. There we go. Now let me straighten it up so it looks a little better. There we go. Now I'll just take this and thread it down the wire. And we got it. I guess if they got rowdy enough, they could knock it off of there. If it becomes a problem, I'll just put a tack in it. I might just do that anyway. Get it centered on the back side right here through this double seam. Just put a small screw in it. Put one on each side. Maybe that's the better way. That way it can't go nowhere. I'm probably just going to leave it for now. Anyway, there's number 2 down. Now this one I didn't check for size, and I think it's overhanging too much. It's going to block access to the bird perch. I think what I'm going to do is just cut a notch in it. Try to make it an attractive looking notch. So let me see where that needs to go. I'm going to make that the back, make that the front, kind of get an even overhang. That's even. Uh-oh, I don't think I have a... to get level with the hole. It's going to be in this neighborhood here. So we're going to go that way and that way. And I'll just use this to create my angle. Let me grab my pencil. About there. That'll make that angle. And this will make that angle. Okay. Let's see how this goes. That's a pretty sharp angle to cut with these snips. This pair of offset snips is easy on your hand. And going the wrong direction with it. Haven't used them in such a long time, I couldn't remember which way you're supposed to go. And it's this way. Maybe. Cutting on this round curve really makes it difficult. So now I'm going to get rid of the sharp points. There we go. There you go. I'm going to get a little sandpaper. There we go. There's number 3, the final one. Let's see how that looks. A little different. If I get tired of it, I'll just cut it off all the way around. I think it's kind of cool. Alright, we're gonna drill a hole in this one for the wire. And I don't have a rod to go across this one. So I do have a dowel rod. Maybe I'll put a dowel rod in it. Right here. Looks good to me, huh? Let's see if cutting it off. This is a sharp little saw. There we go. Time for wire number 3. The part about this is, if you had 2 straight wires, it's easy to twist them. This got such a giant tail on it, and it's not easy to twist. We're going to take the lid and thread through the hole. And there we go. It could be a problem with this thing turning. I'm going to assume that it won't be. If it creates a problem, like I said, I will fix it. But those both are about 8 inches outside, about 6 inches inside. This one is 12 inches outside and 10 inches inside. And I had to give them a little welcome present. I put the welcome to the front so they know which way to come in. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna put it in this tree right here. Take you over to show you what it looks like. Got it turned so I can see it from the house, see if anything's coming and going. It might be too swingy. I might have to shorten it up so it doesn't swing so much, but we'll see what happens. There's another spot I'm gonna try. I'm gonna wait. It's too wet, muddy and slick, and I need a bigger ladder.